Welcome everyone to Life Lessons from Movies, presented by my organization, The Zen of Hollywood, and me, your host, David McKay. In this segment, we extract life lessons from movies and then use simple and practical tips to help us improve our lives and become happier, which I believe we all desire. Okay, today's theme is the Wheel of Karma. And we'll talk about karma, what it is, what to do with it. And we'll examine this theme through the good Woody Allen film, Wonder Wheel, starring Kate Winslet, Jim Belushi, and Justin Timberlake. Please know there are spoilers ahead. Okay, this film focuses on this couple, Humpty and Ginny, who live and work on Coney Island, the amusement park in New York, in the 1950s. In fact, they live behind this massive Ferris wheel, or in London, what's called the Eye, that you typically see in amusement parks, right? And this wheel is called Wonder Wheel. This is what they live behind. Well, this couple, they're very unhappy, right? In fact, they're narcissistic, very selfish, right? They're narrow-minded individuals. They refuse to take a look at themselves, and as a result, they cause their own suffering, right? They create their own drama by not examining themselves and looking at their own emotional pain. So let me give you an example. Humpty is a guy who's very angry and emotionally abusive. And he ends up alienating his daughter, Carolina, right, who's 20 at the time when she runs away, basically, into the arms of basically the first guy that she meets, and ends up marrying this guy. Well, this guy she finds out, is this major gangster. And of course, when she makes that discovery, she runs away from him and ends up going back home. So we can see this chain of events, right, where Humpty brings pain upon himself, right, by alienating his daughter. She ends up marrying basically her father, right, another angry person, which is we know people typically do. They marry quite often their mother or their father because it's what's familiar. And then she runs away from that anger. She brings that pain back home again, because everybody knows that once Carolina runs away from her ex-husband, this gangster, that he's going to be looking for her and even going to try to kill her and maybe her family members. So here's an example of Humpty bringing pain back onto himself. Now, this is also true of Ginny, because before she was married to Humpty, she was married to another guy whom she cheated on. Of course, that led to their divorce. And then when Ginny had nowhere else to go, basically Humpty took her in, right? They ended up marrying. But because Humpty is not the guy that Ginny wants to marry, in the end, she becomes discontent and she ends up cheating on him. Once again, repeating behaviors, right? Repeating these dysfunctional behaviors, bringing pain and suffering back onto not only her, but those around her. So obviously a major theme of this film is the unnecessary drama that we create in our lives. And this theme is underscored by the fact that Ginny was a dramatic actress, and that the person with whom she has an affair, Mickey, is into dramatic plays. But this film also focuses on the negative karma that we bring upon ourselves when we don't examine our personal pain, and then we end up expressing that pain in the form of inappropriate behaviors that ends up coming back to us at some point and causing us suffering. And then if we don't learn from that suffering, we end up doing it over and over again, right? Which is what's represented by the wheel of karma that comes from Hinduism and Buddhism, right? This never-ending chain of events that keeps us trapped in either pleasure or pain and suffering. Okay, so let's talk about karma. A lot of people see it as reward or punishment, but really karma is just action. That's the translation, action. But every action that we take, that is the energy that we transmit through our thoughts, words, and actions, right, is going to have a reaction, right, on this earthly plane of duality. That's just automatic. It's built in. So that when we do loving things, we have loving energy coming back to us. And when we do unloving things, well, that's what we bring into our lives. But here's the thing. Negative karma is not punishment, right? It's really an opportunity. It's something beneficial. Because what it is, negative karma is energy that we've transmitted in the past through our thoughts, words, and actions, coming back into our life to teach us a lesson we didn't learn before, a valuable life lesson that once we learn will help us overcome our obstacles and really propel us along our evolutionary paths to live happier, more fulfilling lives. That's what we all want. We will all want happiness. But the key is to learn those life lessons so that we can overcome our personal obstacles. Now, there's something else I want to talk about in relation to negative karma. Instead of just suffering, what we can do is we can transcend our karma, right? That is, we can go, as we go through our challenges and the suffering we might be experiencing, we can just observe it without reacting to it, right? And we observe it from the point of view of our divine essence, right? Which is who we truly are. This is the silent witness within. If you go inside and you find that divine essence, that peaceful place inside, you will see that's who you truly are. And then you can witness everything that comes into your life, including this suffering, these challenges. And when you witness it, you then allow it to pass without allowing it to affect you as much as before. This is how you transcend your karma, if you will. You're not avoiding your karma, but you're actually converting that pain into something else, into the peace that we all want, in fact. So these are two things you can do. You can learn your life lessons from your negative karma, and you can even transcend your karma, if you will, by viewing it from this third-party perspective, this silent witness. Okay, so what did you take as a major life lesson from this film? I'd love to hear from you in comments below. And for more tips, movies, and life lessons, feel free to go to my website, thezenofhollywood.com. That's thezenofhollywood.com. And please like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.